Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, and Ncaa Carter Stadium, home of the TCU Horned Frogs. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Red Raiders will kick it away to start us off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. First down here for the offense. Now they'll run it on the toss. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Wants to throw on second down. Swings it out to the flat. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Still on his feet at the 45. Hit the afterburners, kid. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. They'll run the option. Now the toss. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This is a 3rd and long. Let's go. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. And they're able to get him down. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. We can talk about the next game on the schedule. They're always looking forward to this one.
They'll go with a direct snap. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So we'll see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. The give out of the gun. At the 45 on his way. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
The Red Raiders are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on 2nd down. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Red Raiders. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what?
Can anyone catch him? The 40. And that was a huge run that almost went to the house. The defense kept him from scoring.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous points.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try it over the left side. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frog.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done. He's shown it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point is good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Illinois is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Jeff George should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tulane. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the first. On second down, he'll let it fly. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On third down, going up top. Makes the grab. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And how about the confidence of this quarterback? Palmer, I got to know, man. I know this receiver's a stud, but I'm putting 2 guys on him. I'm trying to take him out of the ball game, and he's still going to throw it that direction?
Because even when he's covered, he's open. And these guys work tirelessly all week long. They understand where they're going to be. They understand when the football's coming out. You could put a third guy over there, and I don't know if that would have changed the quarterback's decision. I think he was still going to his big playmaker on the ball.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. On the option. And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB design run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to hit that tackle for loss.
On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And the Red Raiders get it past the sticks.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
The Red Raiders have it with a 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Reeled it in and just made the house call. Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You could see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
On second down, they'll take to the air. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball, too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Got the back over the middle. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his protection.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
Handoff to the lone back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Third and short now from their own 48. They'll try to power their way ahead. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
And the Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. They're going to ride this running back.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. Just destroying his way through the field. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
A designed run for the quarterback.
Damn, good block.
Knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Quickly complete. Touchdown, TCU! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And we're all
Shootout in Texas right now, man.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First down here with time remaining. maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He'll start this drive firing. He'll pull it down and run. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking to move it through the air. Going for the big play. And he's got it inside the 35. Hit the gas, kid. Oh, they're not get free.
Let's go. Let's go.
Touchback and turnover. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. He had nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
And one of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Shoots it to the left. Makes a grab enough for the 1st. And they'll finally shove him out of bounds after a strong run.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
To the air on 1st down. On the run, fires downfield. He's got it. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the 1st.
Fires toward the end zone. That ball is intercepted.
Batting out. Fucking weak ass throw, man.
And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Lowers those pads. At midfield, he's got room. And he's running in
Great
the open.
tackle, man.
Touchdown, Red Raiders. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. He's looking to throw it. Setting up the screen. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion.
A tight end on one of my best corners. It's
just
crazy.
beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback.
Nigga got wide open.
It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this. Way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get in the shot.
Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Appalachian State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Kidd Brewer Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Old Dominion. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Right back to the well. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
He'll toss it. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Got enough for the 1st down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space.
Looking for the end zone. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the 1st half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot. They're not able to come away with the completion.
Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Like fucking
know the
blue,
situation,
man.
know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Here.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And they stop the 4th down pass. The defense gets off the field.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
He lets one fly deep. And that pass is intercepted. Takes it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Toss sweep to the right. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Black and right.
And sometimes for the
He's
defense, it
shedding
just
up
takes one play,
everything.
right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 4th down, going to the air. Throwing right. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Red Raiders. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He's going to bring it out from deep. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
This could have the earmarks of a wasted drive if they don't come up with something on 2nd down from the 13. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy completion. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's going for it all. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Finds his target down the middle. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd.
Texas Tech, 35. TCU, 14.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he makes the catch. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They'll leave it with him.
Right past my guy.
Now, 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game. Make
They
them
don't like us today out there, coach.
Really good job by the defense.
They think there's room to run to the right here.
Ha!
He's loose at the 15. And he breaks into the open.
This shit
And
is
he's
comedy.
brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down.
How about the explosive play by this offense? Man, it's so nice to have guys you can hand the football off and just watch him work. Watch him do the rest, the speed, making big plays, breaking tackles. Man, is it nice to have an offense with a playmaker like that.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. DB's right up on the receivers.
Yeah, don't
From
do
the
that.
gun, they'll give it on the inside. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And you gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. They can do so many different things. He does a good job. He slips behind the defense. Defense doesn't know where he went. And what does he do? He gets in for 6.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Appalachian State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Kid Brewer Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by 10 to Old Dominion. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Leaves it with the back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's looking to pass. Throws to the tight end. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
You still got time. Great job by the defense doing the most important thing, getting the ball back to their offense. Now the offense has to answer the bell. A good job creating the turnover. Now the offense, your turn.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last. Gonna let it fly. And he's got it inside the 10. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And that is the height of efficiency on that drive. Make a big play. The passing game, single snap, get a touchdown. Trailing by a touchdown here in the fourth. They'll try to get it back with the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This game is so close to being salted away if the offense can just run out the clock. This is a designed run.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On second down, wants to throw. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Red Raiders line up to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Coverage was all over him before he had a chance to breathe, and they knock him down deep in his own territory. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game.
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Red Raiders. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
The number one job in defending a quarterback is making him feel uncomfortable, physically hitting him. Nice job by the defense with the pressure. The hit on the quarterback forces the INT. And then Oski, as soon as you catch that thing, everybody start blocking, get to the near sideline, take that thing back to the house.
Bringing it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Touchdown, Red Raiders! How about that D coming up with a play like that? They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the guy who caught that and returned it for the touchdown. But how about the pressure on the quarterback? You've got to get ways to be physical with him and make him uncomfortable. Nice job hitting him as he's throwing with the football. And then, obviously, the interception and 6 points.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Snatches it on the right. Touchdown, TCU! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Wants to go up top. Now sliding to his left. He makes his way into the end zone for the 2, and now they trail by just 13. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving out of the pocket. He'll let it go down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the fourth. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. They'll corral that squib kick just inside the 15. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. On first down, here comes this offense. Quarterback checking off. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Forced out of the pocket. He wants a big play here late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Motion from the offense. They'll throw it on first down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Line getting set on second down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Looking for the two-point try. He wants to throw it. He's got it in the end zone for the two as they trim more off of that lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And it was finished off by a terrific 26-yard touchdown run. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Hard running there. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. As they come to the line on second down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. Quarterback on the keeper. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. When the play is going absolutely nowhere, you might think about it.
First, do no harm, right? And you've already been harmed, so just don't make it worse.
Don't take those big shots unless you know it's for an important situation, goal line, third down, touchdown.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and